Welcome, yoga friends, to the mat again. So tonight, this morning, depending on when you join us, we are going to do a yin practice. And of course, a yin practice is getting at our fascia and getting into holding poses longer than we would like. So the first pose that we're going to do is on our tummies. I can hardly wait. Really, seriously, I can hardly wait. We're going to come onto our tummies and we're going to do cobra on our forearms. So you're going to take your hands, your elbows can be shoulder width apart. You're going to start connecting, and already I'm feeling something. You're going to start connecting with your toenails and your fingertips, but in a really light way. So we want to enter softly. So if you start to feel that your low back is starting to talk back to you, you could energize your arms and pull your chest forward. But then I'd like you to just let go. Now your head is on top of your spine. Don't drop your head down, because then that's too much for your neck. So just keep that support. For those of you who find this would be too difficult to hold on to, you can take a block and just put it underneath your lowest rib so that you can feel that your mid and low back is supported and that your shoulders don't crawl up. Been waiting all day to get to the mat. Just it's going to feel so good. This little yin practice has some new poses for you. They're all very simple. No panic. Make sure that you're starting to move your lowest rib so that you can feel the diaphragm on your exhales. You can feel your diaphragm letting go. And since you're at home, in your mat, in your own space, and you need to sigh, groan, moan, laugh, smile, then go ahead and do it, because you get to do all the sounds and the faces that you need to make in order to make this practice just so yummy. So holding a pose for longer than we want, longer than we'd like, we usually are going to be holding for 3 to 5 minutes. And especially the first one, when there's so much information, we've gotten everything working technically, we've found the video that we'd like, we finally close the door. The first pose is so important to get us into the mood of the practice. Feel the breath moving from the base of your pelvis all the way up to your throat. And maybe just move your upper body around so that you can feel your shoulders relax a little bit, but don't let them crawl up to your ears. Instead, just feel like you can keep them away from your ears. The next pose that we're going to do, it's so appropriate since we're all near the ocean here, is called whale pose. So we're going to go very, very slowly. You're going to take your right hand and it's going to, your right arm, right hand underneath your shoulder, your left hand onto the side. You're going to roll on to your right hip, and your right arm is going to be like a pillar. And you've got your legs. You could even put your left foot in front of the right. So the idea here, left hand can help support. The idea here, it's so intense I can hardly speak. The right rib cage, the whole right side, your right waistline is being asked to open up. This is too intense to come all the way up. Of course, you can come down on your forearm. So you do you. The legs are just this heavy weight, like a whale's tail. If you want to stack your legs, you can. I just find it easier for stability if I bring the top leg forward. Keep your head in line with your spine. Don't drop the energy of your head. Keep your head on top. And if it helps you to relax by closing your eyes so you can really feel how the breath is moving through your body, and go ahead and close your eyes. And remember, you still have that chance of releasing whatever is building up, good or bad tension in your rib cage, by sighing, moaning, groaning, laughing. And of course, because we have two sides, you know that we have to do the whale on the other side. But you're going to look at the top of your mat. Bring your left hand so it's in line with your right, shoulder width apart, and then roll onto your belly. And just feel. Bring one hand on top of the other, forehead on top of the back of your hand, doesn't matter which one. And then just make the side of your right body, just try to let the waistline be spongy. Let the right femur kind of roll out so the whole body is reacting to the whale pose on that side. Make sure you feel your lowest rib on the mat. You feel it moving so that you know that you're releasing tension. Prop yourself up on your right elbow and then bring your left hand underneath your left shoulder and then roll. I can hardly wait for this side. Roll onto the left side with your hand right underneath your left shoulder so your left arm bone is a pillar. Allow your right leg to just come forward. And you could, in order to even get a little bit more intensity, if you just kind of stick your butt back just a little bit, you're going to feel the whole left side of your body go even deeper. Breathing. Your chest is opening up. And you feel the breath moving. And noticing differences. This is the other thing that's so interesting. I've noticed so many differences on this side. I've lost a few of my words. Inhaling. Exhaling. Being here longer than you would like. And remember, if it's too hard to be on your wrist, you can come down on your forearm. You can still get some benefit out of this. Looking down on your mat, bring right hand and then come down onto your belly. Shoelace side of your feet, one hand and then the other hand on top of each other. And then just chill. Let everything relax. Let the left waistline, imagine it's a sponge and you just filled it up with some beautiful warm water, and now all that spongy feeling is allowed to create the space that you'd like. We're going to move into just a gentle down dog, not for a long time. So bring your forearms on the floor, bring your knees forward. So we'll go into child's pose first. And you might feel this. Keep your arms forward and your fingers really wide, the middle fingers parallel. And then inhale, curl your back into an angry cat. Then exhale, tuck your toes, and then zip your forearms towards each other. Squish your armpits closed, eyes and heart forward. Keep this action of your spine. It's almost like a cow spine. And then move into cow dog to start with knees deeply bent. Then inhale so your pelvis lifts, and exhale, straightness your legs. And just hang here for a moment. Just feel what you need to feel. Yeah. And then you're going to bring your feet together a little closer to your hands and bring your right knee into your chest and land the right foot forward. Then you're going to drop your left knee. So it's kind of like a low lunge, but the back toe is tucked to start with. You're going to bring your right hand on the inside of that right foot. And we're going to just take a moment here. I know that this is already intense for some of us. The next step is, if you would like to use blocks, you can block your ground up, because we're going to come onto our forearms. So you do you choose the blocks or not. You can also release the shoelace side of your foot if you feel you have a lot of movement in the front of your left hip, or you would like a little more movement. Then release that back foot, and we're going to come down. Now you can angle out, you can move that right foot out a little bit, so it's more, the right foot is more like a 45 degree to the top of your mat. It's like your big toe is pointing to the top right corner. Now breathe. Enjoy the music selection that you might have chosen for yourself tonight, today. Breathe. Yeah. And encourage your body to respond to gravity. So it's, you take a big inhale, and when you exhale, let something go. Bring your hands right underneath your shoulders and bring your chest up and look forward. And then dig your right heel in. Spread your right toes. Tuck the back toes in. And go into like this monkey pose, but except your torso and your arms are on the inside of that right leg. There should be a lot of information here. A lot of talking back. Your leg is trying to convince you of something. But all you have to do is talk back in breath. So inhaling, exhaling. Now move your right hand onto the outside of that right foot. You can heel toe the right foot, so now it's in the middle of your mat. So a normal monkey pose. So inhale, exhale, come on down. You can be on fingertips. You can be using your blocks. Just feel what you need to feel. Pull the right hip back. Roll the left hip forward. The back toes are tucked. Spread your right toes. Feel. Bend through that front knee. Press through the palms of your hands so you're in low lunge. Lift the back knee. Press the back heel away. Feel that. Curl your back, pull your forearms towards each other. Your hands can be right underneath your shoulders, adjust if you need to. Dig your right heel in, curl your back a lot, pull the belly into the backbone, move into down dog again. Make your dog long so that you're not loading onto your wrists and you just feel like your chest could come to the floor maybe. Breathe. Inhaling. Exhaling, moving that lowest rib. Bring your left knee into your chest, curl your back, bring your body forward, land your left foot, drop your right knee. Take a moment here, noticing this side versus the other side. Bring your left arm into the inside of your left foot. Take your time. Remember, you have your blocks if you want to bring the earth up. We're going to angle that left foot again out. Maybe it's like 30 or 45 degrees, depending on how your body's put together. And coming down on forearms. And then if you want to go really intense, release the back foot. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Woo! Some of these poses become so intense, especially if they're in our glutes, pelvis, quadriceps, hamstrings, that when we ask them to do this, it's almost like you feel the heat of it all. You feel like you're burning something up. You might even break a sweat holding these poses and breathing with determination. Every inhale, you're pushing air into that left hip in this situation and left pelvis. And you exhale, you let something go. Press through the left hand. Left arm straightens, right hand straightens. Tuck the back toes under. Monkey pose, but with the hands on the inside. Dig your left heel in. Feel the back big toe. Take a moment here. You can have your left knee nice and flexy. You don't have to have a super straight leg. And then left arm comes on the outside of that left foot, and then you're going to heel toe that foot. So now it's in the middle of your mat. More typical monkey. Inhale, you can be on your fingertips. Inhale, open up your chest. Ooh, exhale, feel. Come on down. Say hello to your left hamstring. Dig your right big toe into the floor. Feel it all. Walk into that left foot, front knee over the ankle. Don't hurry. You can take your hands or your fingertips right underneath your shoulders. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift the back knee, press the back heel away. Curl your back a lot. Pull the belly in. Press through your hands. So separate legs, forward bend, stretching, but the legs more straight. Pull everything in, and then on the next exhale, left foot goes back, down dog. Feet hip width apart, knees bent, fingers really wide. Inhaling, exhaling. Let gravity do all the good work. We're going to bring our feet together, bring the right leg up into three-legged dog. We're not going to stay here forever. This is not a yin pose. This is just the entry into it. Then you're going to bend your right knee, curl your back, bring right knee into your chest, and it's like your chin or your forehead could touch the right knee. Then you're going to flex the right foot. We're going into pigeon. You're going to put the edge of your right foot lined up behind your left hand. But we're not down on pigeon yet. Then you're going to inhale, pull your whole body forward, and then exhale, bring the side of your right leg, but with the right toes flexed to keep your right knee safe, and then the right thigh on the floor. And then just scooch the other leg back. Back toes are tucked. And remember once again, You can use blocks here. You can build up the earth so that it's not so intense for you to hold on to this pose, because we are going to hold on to it. So if you need to build up with 2 blocks, then go ahead. This should feel very, very intense on your right leg, your right pelvis, your right butt. It should feel very intense. Try to come forward evenly. So the tendency here is, what I always see is everybody likes to lean over to the right in this case, so that it's not as intense. But the idea here is to try to roll the left hip even towards the right, so that the left hip and the right hip are even. Relax the back foot. For those of you who have your elbows on the floor, you could take the palms of your hands and have your face supported. Breathing. Now there's a little more that we can do while we're in pigeon here, and this is for those of you who feel quite flexible. You can take your right arm bone, straighten it, and then take your left arm and thread it underneath and bring the left side of your head onto the floor. This is for the very flexible. Those of you who feel nothing in your right hip should try this. And now everyone coming up, bring your hands right underneath your shoulders. Now tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee, press the back heel away, curl your back a lot. Keep the outside of the right foot on the floor as you bring your right knee into your chest. First, curl your back a lot. Try to get your nose or your chin touching that right knee, and then move that right foot back to down dog. Whoa, you should feel a whoosh, a really nice whoosh. Bring your feet close together and a little bit further forward so your dog is not as long. Then press through the right foot and bring the left leg up. Now micro bend that right knee, that will help. Curl your back a lot. Bring your left knee into your chest. Curl, curl, curl. Flex the left foot. And then place the edge of the left foot behind your right hand. But keep everything the same. We want to go so slowly. We want to let the left hip handle what we're asking. We don't want to hurt our left knee. Inhale, curl forward. And then exhale. You do it on the exhale. You bring the outside of the left calf on the floor, and then scoot the right leg back, and then you'll be able to put the outside of the left hip. Now, once again, for those of you who know how to use blocks, if your hip isn't coming down, you could always take that block and block up your left hip. So use your blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can use a book, thick book, or rolled up towel, or rolled up blanket, whatever makes you happy that way. So come on down to whatever place you can come down. Spread your left toes. You can relax the back foot. And we'll hang here for a moment because it feels so good. You know, pigeon is, there's so many versions of pigeon. There's also swan, and of course people have to only do what's safe for them. So there's so many interesting variations and adjustments that you can make. If you can come all the way down, that's really great. And of course, you're still using your breath because your breath is key here. And in this situation, you want to press. It's almost like you think you have a lung in your left buttock, So you push air into the base of your pelvis and pretend like you're pumping up your left buttock. And when you exhale, you soften and you come down even further. And roll that right hip towards the floor, the top of your right hip. Breathing. Nice work. Bring your hands right underneath your shoulders. I know that's intense. Fingers really wide. And in order to make sure that our left knee is safe when we do the transition, we go slow. So tuck your back toes under, straighten the back leg. Get your elbows flexing, press the earth away, bring your left knee into your chest, curl your back a lot. So your left toes are pointing to the back of the mat, and you're trying to get your nose to the left knee, and then move it to down dog. Oh. Feel the quality of this. And of course, your legs can be bent. It doesn't have to be a discussion around hamstrings. We're working on our hips tonight. And then come all the way to the top of the mat and come into a squat. And then take your arms, bring your palms of your hands together, and your knees and your toes are going to be going in the same direction. And I really like to just let the pelvis, the heavy part of my, the pelvis is a very heavy part in our bodies, to let that be attracted to gravity, so you can feel how the length of your spine, what's happening to the length of your spine. Bring your hands forward, curl your back a lot, and reach forward so much that you feel this nice response to your low back. You could even shift from left to right so that you could feel that as well. And then come down, kerplunk, onto your butt. And let's bring your legs forward. Have your blocks nearby. Could use it as a spacer between your thighs. The lowest, if you have a 3-inch or a 4-inch block, depends. I like these ones just because they're more adaptable for something like this. Dig your heels in, spread your toes, micro bend your knees. You could even bring your hands beside so to support. You're on your fingertips. And just feel the length of your legs, and also just feel through your waistline how it's going up, 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 up. And then you're going to cast your heart forward. And because this is a yin practice, we're going to do caterpillar. So caterpillar means that you allow the head to come down. And it's often really hard to hold your head up the whole time. So if you want to build up your world, you could just build it up so that you can land your forehead on your block. And then let your arm bones relax and the palms open to the ceiling so that your whole back body gets a chance. Now you can relax your toes. You no longer have to dig in. And we'll just hang here to let the back body have the space. So we worked on our waistline, we worked on the outside of our hips, and now there could be a potential, there could be a possibility that this forward bend is just a little more accessible. Use your fingertips. Inhale, come on up. Bent elbows. Dig your heels in. Chest is lifting. I'd like you to take, so we're going to anchor our hips. I'd like you to just do this straight leg twist and just take your hands over to the outside of your left leg. Breathing. And feel grounded in the right hip and in the pelvis. And have all the energy moving up your spinal column. Now keep that length, turn, and go to the right. Inhaling, exhaling. And it's about the length. It says if somebody's helping you, be taller. But the helper is actually your breath. And then coming forward. If you have a block, you may want to use it again, both blocks, to block up the sides of your legs. So, nice diamond shape, something very comfortable. You could pull the flesh back, and then you're going to come down. You're going to breathe as you come down, because that's always great. It always is a nice thing to mix up your poses that you do frequently. For instance, changing how this diamond is supported, or deciding that even though your legs can come to the ground, that you would support them today. You don't have blocks, you know. The other things that you can use. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to come up, use your fingertips, come up and go to the right side of your body. And you could even take your right hand and pull on that shin. Keep the feet kind of soft so that we're trying hard not to engage too many things, because that will just shrink our pose. Your head is over your spine. Take a big inhale. And then exhale, come through to center, and let's go to the other side. Oh. Take your left hand, left elbow bent, and take that left shin, or right shin, and then come around. And then inhale, come forward, and exhale, come forward to the top of your mat. But this time, if you've got blocks, remove them. Let's come all the way down. If you don't need a block for your head, and you find that your head is coming down, maybe you take the sides of your face, if you don't have a block, with the palms of your hands, and you support your heavy head with your elbows on the floor. Inhaling, exhaling. And then using your fingertips. Come on up. We're going to do the next level here. So take your hands, lift your hips and bring them as close as you can to your heels. Just take a moment here to let that information kind of sink in. And then you're going to lie down. If you need your blocks, keep them handy. You can always put them underneath your knees. That's where some of you with your 4-inch blocks are pretty happy now. Come all the way down. Oh my goodness. Bring your arms out scarecrow style. Elbows at the same height as your shoulders. Backs of your hands on the floor. Oh, and just watch how your body is responding to gravity. Bring your right foot on the floor, right knee to the ceiling, and watch how left leg, in your mind's eye, you don't have to actually watch it, your left leg just relaxes a little bit closer to the floor. Feel your right foot being very heavy. And then let's switch. So you're going to bring left knee to the ceiling, left foot on the floor, allow right leg to fall over. Breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Bring now the right knee up to the ceiling, and then bring your knees in And start moving in a very organic way without a plan. One leg and one knee, you've got your hands on your knees. And it's kind of like a little kid in, a pram, or in a young infant, how they move when they're on their back. So I'd like you to go and explore how good this feels and probably why they do it. Great. Now bring your knees into your chest, curl your back a lot. See if you can bring your forehead towards your knees. Feel the whole back body respond to this. And then roll over to the left. Push your fingers into the floor. That would be fingers. And then come up to seated again. Bring your left leg right out in front of your left hip. Bend your right knee. Allow your right foot to come somewhere either above or below your left knee. So if it can come here, then that's fine. You may want to block it up. If you can bring it up higher, then that's fine as well. So the number 4. And then we're going to go over towards our left knee. Spread your toes. I find when it's very intense like this, I lose my words. So I hope you can see where we're going with some of this tonight. Use your fingertips, push yourself up to seated and move your whole body 45 degrees. Now take your hands and go up into the top of your femurs. And this is where your shoulders will move up to your ears, but you're going to press down, try to get those femurs closer to the floor, but also moving your whole spine away. And your body, your nose, belly button, they're 45 degrees midway between your knees. Then you're going to take your right knee, you're going to bring it into your chest. This is the twist. And you're going to go into this beautiful twist where we've opened up so much of our hip. You can hug your chest towards this thigh. It doesn't have to be the very best twist you've ever done. It has to be the most feeling one. So dig your left heel in. Pull your chest up higher. So you're bringing your breath all the way up there. And you're hugging that right knee in. And you're just feeling that whole range of motion. Feels so good. And then looking forward, you're going to come forward. You're just going to chill for a moment. Take your hands in front of your right shin and just relax a little bit. Just sort of let the right hip be a little extra heavy. Then bring your right foot forward. Bend your left knee. Flex your left foot first and then bring it either above or below your knee. Now, I like to pull the flesh out because I don't like to fold over my own flesh. I like more bones on the mat so I can feel the bones moving. And you're going to do a forward bend over your right leg. And try to have a relaxed attitude here, even though it might be intense on your hamstrings. Breathing. Feel how the breath is now moving through your back body, and now that we've been breathing for quite a few minutes, more than a few minutes, you can feel how your chest is responding and how the breath is fueling your ability to hold these poses. Use your fingertips, bend your elbows and walk up, walk up, walk up, walk up. And then going to turn your body 45 degrees. Take your hands into the top of your femurs. Press down. Ooh, your shoulders will naturally come up. And you're pressing down with those hands and you're trying to separate your spine from your legs. Press down, down, down into the femurs. Nice. And keep your body exactly there, midway between the two knees, and bring your knee into your chest. And then hug. Just pinched a nice little nerve there. Yeah. And then equal weight into the buttocks. You're going to turn. You do your twist, whatever twist you have in your body tonight or today, if you're doing this in the morning. It's really lovely to do yin practice in the morning because the body is kind of set up for that. It's harder, but it's a nice way to begin your day. Now pull the belly in, inhale, bring your arms up scarecrow style this time and bring your whole body around, exhale, and then left foot comes forward. Okay, I'd like you to come mid-mat and cross your legs and just rub your legs so that you know that they're there. And this is the part in the practice where I encourage you to get your cozy things. So your blanket, your perfect music for Shavasana, all of those cozy things. Tonight, I've allowed for about 15 minutes if you only have an hour for this practice, but you get to stay in Shavasana for however long your nervous system wants you to stay there. It means the world to me that you've taken this time for yourself. I'm so honored that you've joined us. I hope that the rest of your day or your evening are just filled with gratitude and peace. Namaste. you.